What is up, legends? We are back in season, obviously. So today's topic is again a question I was given. So weekly reset question was given this morning. Where how do you focus your weekly reset? Me personally, like I told you guys, I do one character at a time. Video is not gonna take too long because we're keeping along those themes. So you're still doing one character at a time, and then there's a point where you stop worrying about a character. And I know if that's gonna like scare people when I say that, but there is a point when you stop worrying about a character. So you guys remember that that's what I was working over on Magna over the weekend, and I got to a point now where I have to do a few things. One, I particularly don't like that her crit rate is like at 36%. That's pretty bad. I'm not necessarily worried about the crit damage. I just want her crit rate to be higher towards 50 because she's a counter attack unit. So I want her to actually be able to hit based off of that. So we're just using her as an example. You see, she has shield. Everything is defense based right here. So what I want in my fragments, for the most part, you see, I did get critical damage right here, but I didn't get anything else right there, and I didn't get defense right here. So this is where you start to worry about certain things. Well, not worry, but start to care, in a sense. Now, I know particularly potential wise, you see, we're at this point right now where I can't do anything else with this at this point because I need the boss drops basically. So all of this is done. I did this. This is what I did earlier today, and then I don't really worry naturally about the commons up to 7. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to really worry that much about it after that. You need to just get your special out here. We got the basic, we got the unique, and then we got the basic over here, which helps out. So we got all of that. We do need a little bit of critical chance right here. So that's basically gonna have to be next week because there's nothing I could do. There's nothing in the actual shop either because I spent all of those already. There's just legit nothing you can really do about this. You can't even go to another character, obviously, because you still are not gonna have the boss drop. So this is just stuck in the water right here until next week, basically, where I can actually probably just finish this out first, and then this is going to be the following week. Hopefully they have something to speak on that, or hopefully the shop will refresh faster than that, because actually let me make sure. I think I looked before, but I don't think it refreshed. This probably needs to refresh. Yeah. This probably should be like bi-weekly or something like that, because this just never came back, and that, in my opinion, that defeats the purpose of this store. Like, it just never came back since it's been out. It probably refreshes every season, and that's defeating the purpose. It's not really helping. We need to be able to get the boss drops and expeditiously expedited fashion. Like, it doesn't need to be this limited. Like, all of this stuff right here really isn't that limited, because there's a lot of it here. So this should be the same too. You shouldn't be holding us back there. So I'm just saying. So you know that now. So when you have that into consideration, that means that I basically, unless I'm building a completely new character, let's say we just got Malin, which is why Malin is still kind of like sitting here, because I have all the rest of the characters that I need to make sure that they are close to their 100% potential. And I already have Veronica. I don't feel the need to replace a passion damage when I already got a really good passion damage. So I know for a fact that I can't do any of this right here because I don't have the boss drops for this stuff. So don't even bother doing this. I know I see a lot of people looking at people's accounts. They're building multiple things across. So like, just don't even do that. In fact, the best thing that you should do if you want to actually do something, you see, I have every character for the most part up to 20 on the bottom right there. So do that. Just get your summon right there. Right, and that's it. See you later. You got the summons, and now you're out. We'll come back to her later, obviously, when we get resources. All the rest of my characters is the same way, like that. There's like no reason to be like putting resources down here when you're not even going to be coming close to having to be useful at the current level of game that we're at right now. If you're like a player who's been here from the start, there's no reason to actually do that. So back to here. Here's where you actually get to do something fun that you wouldn't normally naturally do. Being that I know now that I can't do anything basically as far as pushing any of these characters further. I don't have any more boss drops, and for the most part we're doing one character at a time, and we know that potential wise we're going to have to do this next week. So what you do from here, being that we had a double drop, is you head over into here and you use it. We know we have the rewards because the reset just happened. It's 1 p.m. right now, so you use your rewards on that, knock it out, which is what I'm going to do. After that, for the rest of the day, you now get to do this, which is actually kind of fun, not fun. You now get the memory fragment farm, basically, because there's really nothing else for you to really do. If you're like where I'm at right now, when you're doing like one at a time, basically right here, granted, you could go and do potential for other characters, but me personally, I do one at a time, and I already have the potential where it needs to be for all these characters. All of my as you can see, you know, going down the list, basically, like that's what I did, one character at a time. We're on her right now. Next, I'll probably do Orlia. I don't like these two because it's more on attack, and that's cute and all, but I just don't want to use her that way. I think her support is actually really good. So that's just the way I'm using her. So I just won't be bothered with this. And like, you know, granted, it probably is kind of cool and might have some use. I just, no. Like, no. There's no reason to have to do, like, we just got Serenia. We don't need her to DPS. As you can see right here. Then I have Haru, which is like going to be like next month, the way we get boss drops. Like, if anything, this month just started. So yeah, about that. like I said, hopefully they do something about this, because balance wise, to actually be able to make your characters, it's kind of bad. We do have the thing where they kind of like imprint, but I believe the imprint is just for the level. You're still going to have to do this, and this is still a problem. So they definitely have to address the fact that we just can't get boss drops like we should. I've always said in every game that does this that the limiting weekly boss drops to it being like some small number is just bad. That's bad game design. It's never, there's not a game that is ever a good design in. It just frustrates people because you have characters, you were lucky enough to get them, and you can't build them. That's not fun. I'm at this pace right now, I'm really supposed to take 2 months to build these characters. You'll get bored and quit at that point. So I'm saying this on purpose to make the dev team understand, because I know they're watching. I'm one of the creators in the game, that this just doesn't need to be a thing. You need to actually allow us to be able to build these characters if we have to. Like, I'm not saying give the items, make it earnable. Make in the store, make that reset every week. Maybe like you get 10 and make it reset every week. Like, there's no reason for that. That would encourage people to actually go into the dungeons and actually farm, because a lot of people don't even want to play right now because we're burned out. But that would encourage people to actually go in there. If you can go and validly farm this up, that way you can build characters and just, you know, have fun. Like, it's just like a real miss, in my opinion. And like, Mika just works. Mika's just Mika. I want to do these eventually, but again, I don't have the boss drops, and because she works without this exceedingly well, I just am not like, I probably won't do this for a month or two anyway, because I don't need to. But that shouldn't be the case. I should want to actually do that when I have the actual opportunity. But, you know, like I said, it's just it's a really bad game design that I want them to not have. But back over here real quick, we went off. I just wanted to actually say that now, because we actually at this point right now, and we know potential wise, we say we farmed up everything. I haven't yet. You farm your double drops for the day, and then you turn to your fragments and you start picking now. Say, okay, so I'm using the 222 on her. Do I want to change over to something else? Is there a set? Do I want to change over to something else, or do I want to actually keep this? Now you actually have the stamina for the entire week to focus on that, and you don't necessarily have to do it with this particular character. It could be any character right now, but you want to be at this point where everything else is done. Your partners are all 60, your characters are all 60. Your potential is where you can't do anything else besides boss drops on all of your usable characters, only your usable characters. Don't worry about the characters that are all like level 20 and 30 and stuff like that. Unless you actually want to build the character and use it up to 60, then you focus on that. But me personally, like you guys see, I have 10 characters at 60. So my point now is to go down the line and start maxing each individual one by one. And now we're at the point, like I said, where it's fun, where I could start using my stamina on the gear. And that's pretty much the video right here. Like, now we start focusing on that. Now you start crafting and seeing what you can come up with. I know in particular I need to change this from attack to defense. So now I would go into crafting and see if I can actually, it did get 2 defense rolls, but a flat stat and a 1 defense roll on that. I don't use damage over time, and I do not care about extra damage. So now we're at the point now where we have to actually change this. But don't know, since she's blue, you start looking at drops now in here. So what do I want to do? We know that we're not going to use this because this is for instinct and void. This is a blue set. I think this is a blue set. I think it's justice. Like, I don't even think it is a blue set. But this is not something that you would necessarily do for that. You have the 2 set over here where you can just roll defense basically and go for the 222 all the way through. And you have this over here, which is the order, and then agony, which you can make Magna on the agony set because you can put agony on damn near everything and then make her like do that. But now that's being a little bit too niche. You have the attack right here for the 222, the rock around. You have the instinct right here. They'll probably have a blue set coming. Then you have the Seth Scarrett set, and then on the bottom you have the passion right here, and then you have the critical damage, which obviously she's a tank unit, so I wouldn't put like no critical damage on her at that point. But so now we know we're not gonna actually do that. This is just me going through the motions with you, like my mindset, and the same thing to encourage you to kind of like do like the same thing. I do apologize, the last 2 videos I've been talky, because you've seen like there's more than enough videos going through all of the combat and everything else like that. I am gonna be doing more of that, but there's in between things that need to be addressed as well. So we know that we need Healer's Journey, max HP, because that's very useful for her because she is a tank unit, and counter attack. So we're gonna go into craft, head over to Healer's Journey, head down to here. Now I do have a main option thing right here. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use all of these first to like bam, just bam, because I only need to replace this right now, and then everything else is kind of like side grade upgrades. Maybe it'll be a little bit better, but this particular piece is bad. I just never changed it. So this rolled health, not helping. Attack, what's in this attack? Nope, not helping. All right, this rolled defense, but then this rolled health double. We'll lock this just to see what the 4th one will turn into. That's what. Wait, was there back to back like that? It was. So this is again another health roll, not necessarily Defense again, it rolled critical chance and attack. This actually is pretty good. And ego recovery too. So this one is lit. This rolled attack. We don't care about that one. This rolled defense, attack damage. I don't even care about this one. So, all right. So now let's go ahead and attack and defense. What does this roll into? Roll critical. All right, I'm gonna gamble it and do anything critical attack. I don't even care anymore. Just get rid of it. All right, this one's defense. This one roll critical damage. If this rolls all into critical damage, I'm gonna keep it. It didn't. It's over. All right, so this one, please don't break my heart, yo. I would have actually preferred health. It's gonna roll all into. Wow, it rolled so terribly. This is over. So now from this point, what I am gonna do, because all of this rolled terrible. Oh, I get to look at this one. Let's see what this one turns to. Flat attack. I don't even care anymore. So all of this rolled badly. Let's see if this will go into. It totally didn't. So all of it rolled badly at this point. So it's all garbage, sadly. So now what you do from here is you head into the dungeon, and this is where you expend your stamina. And being that I have other characters that use this stuff, like I could get something better on this. Damage over time is useless for her. So what I would prefer is this to be defense rolls in here with the critical. So now I get to actually go into that dungeon and farm for both of these, and it'll be useful. If I get something good on the critical and I get some defense, double defense roll, perfect. That's what I'm looking for. With the critical too, that'd be even better. I don't think it could double critical though. Maybe critical damage will be nice. And you just work on that until I get these two pieces done, and then I go to the next two pieces, basically. And this is what you would expend your stamina on for the week on this one character. Granted, there's other characters that I have HP on. I think Mika. Yeah. So then if I get anything right here, like you see, this ended up rolling something pretty nice. I just left it. I was like, okay, this one's terrible right here. So I want to get something on this right now. I don't care about attack and damage over time with her. I want the health and the defense. I would prefer it be all defensive stuff if we're being completely real, but it didn't do that. So now it won't be useless because I'll be able to rotate this in. I think Nia has some too. Same thing over here. Nia has the first one. This actually ended up rolling something pretty well. And then this one ended up interesting. Maybe extra attack will be useful, but again, it has use through all of it. I don't think I think Amir is fine, right? I think Amir is okay. Yeah, Amir is okay. Right here with this. No. No, I actually need stuff for her too, because this flat rolled. It didn't do anything beyond the 1.8. This is good balance and everything, but she doesn't do anything with damage over time, so I gotta get rid of that. And again, damage over time got the roll, so this got to go too. So this is multifaceted. Like all this week, I'm just gonna be in this particular set looking for pieces to replace all of these bad rolls that I had on all of them. It's gonna be useful. Now I do have a crafting piece right there, but I am saving, like I can literally pick something and then main option it. I do have one, but I'm saving that for when I don't have any stamina. I'm super bad luck, because there's no guarantee what that's gonna roll into. You can still do that and it be garbage. So I want to make that be the last possible thing. Like this is what I have to do when I have nothing left type of ordeal. So yeah, So that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully this is useful to you. You find good info out of this, and it'll help you get your builds even more straight, because everybody that I have right now is useful. Like I'm having a good time right now with these characters being like built and being able to handle everything. I could just pick whoever I want to pick, and they go in the dungeon and they perform, and that's really all I want at the end of the day, especially with this new content coming soon anyway. So catch you guys soon. Peace, and see you soon. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.